also freaking.
I think it's on. I don't hear.
Yeah, also freaking business traveler. And you mentioned about how we can make this feel more personable for Liberties. Flew last week with my wife. And again, so the TSA, the Charles scanners, I think anybody in this room would be very offended if you caught somebody else peering through your windows at your wife taking a shower, or your husband, or anything like that, or your children. But for me to fly in the United States, I have to understand that there'll be somebody behind the screen somewhere looking at my wife naked. That pisses me off. So then what's my alternative? Okay, I can let somebody go fill my wife up, or better yet, myself. Again, not a good option. But to travel in the United States, that's a requirement now. Senator Rand Paul also knows that at the Fort National Airport. But recently I got to fly from Chile to Brazil. I had to go through the security, didn't have to take my shoes off, didn't have to take my laptop off, didn't have to take my belt off, didn't have to get a porno scan. And again, so for me to find freedom traveling, I had to go out of country and fly between two other countries, to find true freedom. And when we get to that point in the United States, from a tactics perspective, if we're allowed a sheet to go through every single time you see people all around me in the airports just running through there, and next time you're at an airport, count the number of TSA agents you see. Talking about the troops in the war, there's literally about 30 to 40 TSA goons standing around on the dole. Or, I work for an $800 million company. We don't have that many people selling $800 million worth of product, capitalistic. They got more people than we have selling product, standing around doing nothing.
And what's your question, sir?
The question is, where do we rise up, or from a tax perspective, it's about the money, it's about the power. The media will black it out. You come to events like this, post links on Facebook, or, try to get that going. What can you really do to go against that?
Yeah, well, I understand, and it seems to me, you write your senator, you write your Congress, you feel that authority. You're not going to vote for that unless you see a bill introduced to get rid of that stuff. I mean, you can go on Amtrak. I will go up to New York City. They don't have any of that either. You just walk in, and their safety record is what? Identical with the airlines. No tax whatsoever. You'd think they maybe could learn something. Hey, why don't you choose the really cost-free way to do it? That makes no one's privacy. It's had no damage. But anyway, that's the way in which you can exercise your political clout. Say until you see that bill, you're not going to vote for that person. That's what they understand, votes.
And just let me say, let's keep the comments to a minimum, get as many questions as we can, because we are really running out of time here. Yes, sir. It's working.
All right. Basically, my position, and I want to see your comment on this, that this is all driven by the military-industrial complex and the international bankers. Without those two, remember what Smedley Butler said, war is a racket. We don't have any intent to win, do we? We have an intent to fight. We have an intent to